In the last Why You Should Play video, we discussed why you should get into the Yakuza series, one of Sega's best IPs. In this video, we're going to take a look at a marvelous series that will honestly exceed all your expectations with the Rune Factory series. Rune Factory is a spin-off of the Story of Seasons series, formerly called Harvest Moon, and adds a more fantasy RPG flavor to the mix. When it comes to the Story of Seasons side of things, of course, you have your traditional farming and life sim aspects of the game. While each protagonist's circumstance is different, their objective is the same: start a farm and befriend the townspeople to further the overarching questline. This is truly why I love the Rune Factory series, the diverse lineup of characters to interact with. The writing for all the characters is truly remarkable and adds a lot of flavor to the game. An example of some of the good writing would have to be the latest entry, Rune Factory 4. In Rune Factory 4, you have dialogue trees so expansive that I swear I was playing a Falcom game. It would take nearly 3 in-game years before I would start to see repeat dialogue from villagers, and this was talking to almost everyone every single day to build up friendships. The farming aspect is just as good as the main series as well. If you are familiar with how farming works in Story of Seasons, you'll feel right at home in this game. The only real difference in this series is that instead of raising traditional cows and sheep, you have a variety of different monsters to raise who will provide you the same goods and perform additional activities to help. At its core, Rune Factory's farming side is just as addictive as ever. The farming also feels a bit more purposeful at times in comparison to the main series, but that may be because of the larger cast of characters to befriend and different items you can craft for farming and combat. The fantasy side of Rune Factory is what sets the series apart from its Story of Seasons counterpart. While yes, you have a farm to run, you are also the protagonist in your own adventure. However, unlike a lot of other JRPGs, you are pretty much an inconsequential protagonist in this series. The universe won't explode if you don't act, and you are normally where you are by happenstance. This is a major key in Hashimoto-san's design philosophy. He doesn't believe that the player should always have to be some unknown messiah, and it is okay to play the role of no one really important. This goes a long way in the game's world building, as when you enter these new villages to start your new life, you more or less have to prove your salt before people can start taking you seriously, and not everyone is praising you to be a legendary hero. Outside of this, the fantasy elements are honestly big enough to be their own separate game in and of itself. You can form parties of different beasts and villagers to raid dungeons for supplies and go on some pretty fun adventures. The combat is also very simplistic to understand, but deep enough for players to find their own playstyle when fighting, with various spells and weapon types to pick from. There is also a really rewarding and inventive level up system as well that makes everything you do feel rewarding. All in all, the combat side of this series is just fun, and a lot of the dungeons are very well crafted, and it makes an overall addicting time to play. You can easily spend just as much time farming and socializing as you do exploring the different dungeons and overworlds in this game, creating a fun and exciting mix of two distinctly different kinds of games. While I prefer the mainline Story of Seasons series, Rune Factory has created a formula to spice things up for fans of that series. If you enjoy JRPGs in general and the life and farming sim aspect of Story of Seasons, I would definitely say go out and pick up Rune Factory. Now, the Rune Factory series has a total of 6 entries currently, 3 on the DS, 1 on the 3DS, and 2 on the Wii. Now don't worry, there won't be a need to make a video going into detail as to which Rune Factory game is the best to start with. Well, I mean, I can if there's a demand for it, but honestly, you can start with any Rune Factory game and get the best experience. Since each Rune Factory game has a self-contained story and an overarching plot, you won't have to worry about missing much if you played Rune Factory 4 and then hop into, say, Rune Factory 2. All that said, in my opinion, yes, the best entry to start with is probably Rune Factory 4, due to the game still being printed and available on the eShop. But look into each game for yourself and see which entry entices you the most. The Rune Factory series is easily my ideal JRPG series in many regards, from the relaxing life and farm sim aspects of the series to the intense story moments that can really get you invested. You have a series that can easily keep you coming back for more. While Rune Factory may be a very niche series next to its Story of Seasons counterpart, this is a niche series worth delving into. If you have any questions or comments, by all means leave them down in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. Also, if you have a friend who may be interested in this series, give this video a share to them. It may just be the selling points they need. Also, if you're new to my channel, finding me out for the first time through this video, hey, be sure to subscribe for future reviews, commentaries, let's plays, and more. I hope I can be one of your stops for Rune Factory content and other niche games. And as always everyone, thanks for watching.